Miniforce Season 7 Thunder, Cera, and Burning Cera were released on February 28th, 2025. Miniforce has really dropped if they're recycling a already used theme of dinos from Super Dino Power 5 years ago. You're feeling really old now, huh, aren't you kids? One way to reuse the exact same literally strongest, just like literally strongest police Miniforce, but this is not literally strongest dinosaur Miniforce. This is Miniforce Dinoid. They just have two completely different names because the Dinoids are the names of these dino androids. When has Power Rangers ever rehashing dinos turned out anything useful and good? Oh, sure, it's a great idea to release two of the tiny little support bots before the main Rex Kaiser bot. So unlike the Super Dino Powers starting mechs, which were just like rideable dinos, these dinos just transform into a whole bunch of dino-shaped nothings. The nothing that is a dino head. I mean, that's pretty silly, stupid. I mean, Super Cops doing head cops was pretty weird enough. But these hardly look like heads. Those Super Cop things look like pretty nice busts. But this is just a crumpled pile of robot bits with a dino head stuck in the middle. Heads will roll. Literally. They're just like rolling busts. What's the point of that? They are the weirdest looking top-heavy tanks. And also a great idea to have a T-Rex with a smaller T-Rex. They have two T-Rexes again because T-Rexes are just, they're played to death. And there's an ugly-ass Cyber Planet Kid ripoff just sticking out from the back of them. What are these gonna do? Just plug into a super special secret roleplay watch that, the adults aren't really gonna conduct. And two slightly different Tyranno faces. They could have gotten away with just using the exact same Tyro head design because, they're both T-Rexes. Why isn't this tiny one like an Allosaurus or a Contosaurus? But they had to do double T-Rex. That's so lazy. At least they have both the thigh and bicep swivels, but with those ugly ball socket swivels. Why are they like giant Voyager-sized toys? I'd rather have pin swivels that have no bicep swivels than just some ugly-ass 90-degree side bicep ball socket swivels. And these sure definitely will all look like to be clone builds. They only have slightly different shapes and different forearm weapons. They are going to have the same forearm weapons. If you get one of them, you basically got all of them. They're all going to transform the exact same way, just like the Super Cops, definitely. No tiny little nuances and tweaks. You don't need to get all 9 to slap them all together onto one central giant combiner. You call that a hand mode? It has no hand. That's just a big stump mode. And don't tell me those protruding things are clawed fingers. They're just far too out apart. Yeah, that is not a hand. That is an ugly stump with clawed toenails sticking out of it. We don't care if these recycled robo designs have like more mechanical edges and more sharper, squarer edges compared to the older Super Dino powered roundness. The designs clash with themselves with their smooth, square leggies and their hollow leggies. It's more detailed, but also smooth in the inner libs. And their new gimmick for these space hawking display stands is that they fold out into a maze that the heads are too big to navigate in. Most of the kids are just gonna discard them, or the pack rat collectors are just gonna flatten them and just store them to take up space anyway. Why do they keep packing in fancy cardboard that's gonna be disposed of or damaged? And don't say you can find fan modes to make them look more like dinos, although still rather big-headed four-legged dinos, or just have some more fun with 5mm compatibility. Those are not canon. You're only supposed to stick with canon for toys. And the new Metal Cardbot fans might check out Dinoid as their very first Miniforce thing ever, and they will be sorely disappointed or have a total whiplash that, unlike Metal Cardbot with grounded silly humor, this is just what the heck humor. This is absolute over-the-top silliness with tiny little animals keep getting domestically abused by a teenage girl. And these new bots, even if they're alien sentient robots, are not really characters. They're just robots programmed to have personality quirks. Those cute little humanoid faces aren't gonna fool everyone. No notable personalities. They're only gonna do very short antics until they're all sealed away, and they're not gonna have any good time to interact with each other as characters. They're just summoned to beat up the bad guys, and they don't do anything else literally. I expect nothing less than mature, realistic, masterclass storytelling in most all my sci-fi robot shows that a 3-year-old can easily understand as me. Don't buy it. Go check out this superior review instead, because a picture is worth 1,000 words that never needed to be English.